Hello, this is Jess, and this is chat session number 114, February 22nd, 2018, Thursday morning, about 8:15 a.m. I normally get home around 4:30. Today I got home at about 15 after 6, so it was a long night. I work basically 5 to 6, so long night. Just came home and it's been storming and lightning and thundering and raining hard, and it's about 34 degrees, and my little red car that I drive to and from work, that's basically what it was used for. Went to work yesterday and it sounds like, I don't know, it ain't running right. And had a prior incident where some mice or rats got up in there because their dumpster's out on the area where we park at, and I guess they're running around, and it was probably raining and cold, and they I assume it was a rat or a mouse or something. But anyway, chewed one of my cable connections to my spark plug completely off. And I opened up my hood, and there was all this shavings and stuff where they gnawed it all off. And that's what it sounds like again. It's just like it's not getting everything it needs. So I hope not, because that pissed me off. I just replaced those. It's probably been 4 months ago or so that this happened, and maybe 5 months. It's been a while, but still, I'm not a mechanically inclined person when it comes to car motors. Just something that I need to know. I know some basic things. I'm sure I could change these wires out and do that, but I just not a, I don't know, just that doesn't, maybe there's, something, but I'm just not interested in working on cars. Not that I haven't been around people that have all their lives. I've learned a lot of stuff by observing, and I've actually been underneath my truck changing my transmission out, and crazy stuff. And so I can work if someone's there to show me or tell me. And if I have the tools, that's the other thing. I live in an apartment, so I don't have a whole lot of car tools laying around. There's not enough room as it is. Storage stuff. Matter of fact, I pay for storage too on the side of stuff that we can't even fit in here. So yeah, there's not a lot of car tools laying around. So that being said, I've got to go out there as soon as the rain lets up before I go to work and open up my hood and see what I see. Because it's definitely got something's going on. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's chugging along and should be running smooth, and it's jerking a little, so I'm hoping that it's that I can look in there and see, hey, this spark plug wire is disconnected. So but we'll find out. Enough about that. There is no tidbits of history today. There's a lot of history going on right now currently that there is a growing movement maybe of easing some of these ever ongoing school shootings and concert shootings, and it's just amazing that it's just another news story to most people. It's what's going on. And it never goes beyond that too much amongst people that aren't directly affected. Now, some people get moved by it and and feel the pain. I feel the pain. My kids all grew up, so they're not in school anymore, but they have kids, and they are in school, which would make them my grandkids. And I hear all these people saying, we took God out of the schools, and look at what's happening. They're playing that card. And the reason that doesn't fly with me is because there's a thing that we all, sweep away, that there is a thing called separation of church and state. And we are a multicultural society, whether we want to admit it or not. There's nothing we can do about it. And to allow what we feel is the religion for us in a public place where all those people that attend there, their tax dollars pay too. So I hate that thing about it offends me. That's not what it's about. It's more like I'm paying taxes and I don't think that should be in there, and I have a say. Now, it's a very controversial subject. Religion always is. But there is a thing, it's called separation of church and state. And these are publicly funded schools by a multicultural society. And we can't observe one thing because we think that's what it should be. While the people that are also present aren't interested in that, and they shouldn't be in a public school that's funded by the government tax dollars that we give. So to say that makes, we're reaping what we sow in our public schools, the thing is there's private schools. There's private schools for people that are Hindu, there's for Christians, for Buddhists, whatever. There's private schools if they so want to observe those things. That's not funded by the government. So the argument of we took God out of school, no, we did unfortunately to a lot of people's disgust, it was the right thing to do. Churches are for worship. Public schools shouldn't be. Now, we have right there is a big controversy. Churches in the United States, and if I could, I don't want to misinform, but their parent, they don't pay tax. Now, that may have changed, I'm not sure, but I don't think they should. If they're coming in there and they're trying to bring the best out of people and show the goodness of what's possible, even if it is through their religion. But at what point do we say, look, this Muslim place here, this Christian church there, they're advocating policy, they're advocating violence or whatever. It's an agenda, a political agenda, At what point do we say, look, that's not a church, that's a town hall meeting or a government political thing? So even then I question, should they be tax-free? Because if they're going to promote with their beliefs and mix it in with the politics of our country, then they, to me, lose house of worship status, and they should therefore pay tax. These are all harsh, real hot topic kind of things, maybe. I can go on and on and on about my beliefs of different things. I'm not trying to make anybody believe anything, and I'm just saying how I feel about it. I don't see the point of shelves being stocked with these weapons, AR-15s, whatever. It doesn't mean that it's going to stop them from being available, because let's face it, if somebody wants to get something, they can get it. That's an unfortunate reality that everyone can ignore if they want to. But most people at that point, they're going to break the law if they intend to go shoot somebody. So what difference would it make if they break the law getting a gun? I don't have any answers of how to stop it. Just everyone needs to be aware. Unfortunately, we're not the only country that's going through turmoil. Look at Syria, look at Iraq, look at these places where Africa, all over Africa, where these wars are going on, and bombings and killings, and so we're not immune to it, even in our own country. The acts of, let's face the facts. When you have 7 billion people, 1 million going crazy is pretty trivial. When you say 7 billion, so with that right there, and that number's going to grow, and so chaos is going to erupt. Unfortunate. That's humanity, which can be changed, but it takes a lot of diligence. And when you have 7 billion people, you're going to have some people that are like, "No, I don't want to do that." So you can. I'm just putting myself in. I saw a guy on TV. His daughter was 14. She was killed in this last little school thing. I'm so fortunate. I guess I'm blessed that, like I said, my kids got through the system, got through the public school systems. But I was trying to imagine, what if, it was my daughter, 14. Man, I can't even begin to imagine what that poor family's going through. Just that one. There were 17 other kids, 16 other kids, whatever. That's where we should focus our policy changes on. That pain that those people are going through is where our focus should be, to eliminate this kind of nonsense that's going on. If enough of us feel that pain, enough of us will come out and react and begin to do the right things and to demand better of the people that are running our country. There's no simple solution, and everything takes time, but it's time for something different. Be truthful, be happy, and let's look out for each other, okay? Have a great Thursday.